little bit of a short class. I'm not feeling that great. Nonetheless, as always, guys, I'm gonna try to do my best for you. And let's take a look at the charts, should we? So we have had. Oh, what do I thank you for asking? Yeah, I was way better in the morning. It seems like maybe I'm just getting at the end of where I need to take again my meds. So yeah, I mean, it's just part of of living, right? I mean, I guess I ate something that I shouldn't, and yeah, it's just messing with me. But yeah, other than that, one way, thank you for asking, brother. I do appreciate it. But let's get it rolling. Let's go to the charts. Here we go, guys. So, oh, no charts? That's pretty odd. Give me 1 second. Perfect, we got it right here. All right, now it's working. All right, so RNDR, guys, for the members that did went over the morning show on the OP show over Piper's Academy, you have seen that RNDR, it's been growing like crazy, 1,100% in the last couple of months. I mean, that is just fantastic. Also, we went over possible entries on OP, and if I'm not mistaken, we did have a couple of alarms ringing yesterday. So let's begin with the alarms that we hit yesterday, right? Or we could even start with this link. So why? Because we did had a alarm ringing right here. So let's see, ringing on links at 4 a.m. Nice. December 14th. Yesterday at 4 a.m. It seems like we were hitting, what is it, the triggering point, 15,041. 15,041. Here you go, right here. What were we expecting? A bounce from here. So remember, I know it's a little messy here, but let me start removing a couple of stuff here so you might be able to see it right here with me. This is an F, this is an O, and I am missing an R. So what we're waiting for, guys, let me know right here in the side chat what is 4 stands for. Flip of the ribbon, Wily Beam, absolutely, you are correct in there. Jeff, yes, CT17, yes, absolutely. Flip off the ribbon. So it seems like we kind of like went a little bit. Let me remove now all this spaghetti. We went all back up here. We're having that rejection. We are, and this is kind of like a dangerous at this point. Let me show you why. I would rather see a flip of the ribbon, all right, this flip of the ribbon happening as we bounce off that dynamic react, right? So exactly. And not as we kind of like a breakthrough, all right? And yes, we did have that flip of the ribbon, and now we're technically above, right? And then this retrace, it's technically below. So it's kind of like a plane with us. Let me show you something here. So let me do some old things that we were looking at yesterday. All right, if anybody remembers, please let me know who am I, trying to follow here. It's going down, little range, V-shape recovery. Wyckoff, there you go, Aaron. Nice. Look at that. That hawk eye. Yes, look at that little fish, Wyckoff. Exactly. Let's see. But if they flip to the zero line on head and shoulders. Oh, you're talking an inverse head and shoulders, like this possible inverse head and shoulders demo. Yeah, that could be in fact, that is a very nice analysis. And yes, that is something that I want to bring up, that I will bring up right now. Let me show you. But yeah, I'm looking at Wyckoff, all right? But there's something wrong in here. So for the veterans, can you guys spot what might be wrong on this Wyckoff pattern? And maybe that is why I'm not fully convinced that we could be having a range. Break up the high. Yes, Aaron, exactly. This previous high shouldn't be higher than this one, all right? So it should have been at least or somewhere around the same vicinity of that height, all right? So not completely breaking above it or below it. Let's see. There we go. I think that looks better. Yep. So right now we're breaking above the previous range, which is giving me a shady Wyckoff point, right? But now break of structure, cocaine the sniper. Yep. Also we have that. And exactly, we can even add it up. Let me see if we have that configuration. But before we go to the breaker structure, I want to point out something here. So why I have a very wonky Wyckoff pattern, right? Which is telling me that we could start ranging, but I'm not really convinced of that, all right? because the next high it's just faulty. It doesn't look right, right? And also look at this. I am technically breaking above and below the zero line. Very important, very important. When this is where things start getting interesting. Look at my consolidation score, 5. All right, I should be having a range, right? Or I should be getting within a range. All right, I'm also above that zero line on my oscillator. All right, I am looking at this point, a flip of the ribbon above or a flip of the ribbon down below. All right, just looking for that flip of the ribbon whenever it happens. And I turn on my support resistance just so you can see that I'm with that support zone. If I'm with that support zone, all right, and I can make it a higher low, then this is where things start getting fun. Now I could be looking at a ranging here, or better yet, I could be looking at a head and shoulders pattern, right? So that head and shoulders and this end of this would have changed, all right? So we still need to see where it's going to be having that flip of the ribbon. Once we see that flip of the ribbon, we know that we have the next low, all right? That is very important because it's not the same thing having this rising wedge that usually breaks to the downside than having this uprising pattern, and most importantly, having that flipping here being going to the neckline and seeing what could that be breaking to. So this one right here, and I'm going to put it on red, all right? Let's do it red. Yeah, let's do this one red. I'm going to place that on red. Why? Because I am doing an educated guess, all right? I'm guessing what's going to be the end point here, right? I mean, I'm good enough for this being above, or I mean higher, another higher low, right? That's what I would like to have for a long position, all right? And again, at this point, I'm going to be trying to trade the head and shoulders and the range. Let me show you why. Remember this little circle that I just lit, the one that it was right here? It is right on the support and resistance, all right? Remember what I teach you guys when we have a range and any other pattern, all right? I'm going to do it with a range, and then I'm going to be doing it with a rising wedge, all right? So I usually look for the center of the line, all right, or the center of the pattern, all right? And then when I start seeing the range or the price action maybe hovering above it, well, then that is pushing me to believe that I could be breaking up, going for the retest and breaking, all right? The same thing happens when I have the opposite, like start ranging and then I see that downward pressure, then that could be telling me that I could be going for that downtrend movement, all right? The same thing applies if my range is sideways, all right? So let's take a look at what would that look maybe with a, let's call it upraising wedge, right? Something like that, a little bit more exaggerated than this one, all right? Trying to complement or trying to get to the center of this previous range. And let me draw it like something like that, all right? And that center of that range, it's going to be purple, all right? So what I'm trying to show you guys here, if we are bouncing somewhere back up in the middle of this rising wedge, it's going to have two effects. First effect, it is we mostly are going to be getting at the edge of confirming any head and shoulders lines. All right, so that's why, Demo, shout out for you, brother. Great eye there, great eye, all right? And second effect will be having that potential breakthrough pressure to the upside, all right? Remember, the same thing happens here. If I start seeing that doing like this, I know that most of the chances for me is going to be breaking up, all right? Same thing happens the opposite way. Oh, went too far back. If I start having that movement and then pushing down, I mean, of course, we could be having this other kind of, all right? So that's why it's very important to look at the center line. And then after we've been breaking those center lines, we start predicting up ahead along with our consolidation score. Remember on the consolidation score, we are 1, 2, and 3, or even 4, but I'll call it till 3. We are not consolidating. We have low consolidation score. We should be continuing the trend, right? 4, 5, and 6, we are consolidating, or we are supposed to be consolidating in a somewhat stable way, all right? And then 7, 8, 9, and 10, that is, we are getting at the end of that range, and the breakout of that range, it's imminent, all right? So far, it seems like we are in 5. We should be consolidating. That's why I'm looking at these two possibilities so far, all right? And you'll say, well, your prime score, it is very low, right? So you should be bearish, all right? Yes, I should be bearish, but there are other external factors here. Remember, we don't always look one single indicator, right? Although the prime score is a combination of many indicators telling me that I could, or I'm mostly bearish, right? But if I'm able to break back above the dynamic reactor by flipping here and committing to that inverse head and shoulder, I guarantee you that we're going to have an updated prime score, all right? So far, we are right there at the edge of that support resistance, and we have plan A and plan B. Guys, any questions on link and what should we be waiting for? Let me know. So either double bottom or head and shoulders based on flip of the ribbon. That could be. Yep. Aaron, completely agree on that. All right. No questions? By the way, guys, for the new members, give it a shot. If you don't have any questions, just ask something. Why? Because you're earning points just by typing. So while you earn more points, you could be exchanging those points with TradingView coins. So raise your hand if you have earned some points in Cryptex, have sent it your way. Let me know. Hey, there we go. We're Aaron at number 28, level 12. Nice there. All right, so let's move into the next one. Let's visit OP. Mario, what's up? Let me know. What's that laughing face? Let me know. I also want to be part of the joke. Let me know. All right. Let's move into the next one. I believe the next one will be good to look at BUNK in the lower time frames. And also, I would like to look at OP because we did an analysis earlier today. All right. So let's start with OP and then move with BUNK. We also did an analysis with BUNK, but so far, I think we do a little bit better. Because of my happy vibes, man. Nice. Always good to be here. Love it, brother. Let me send you tons of heart there. Thank you. Made a lot of because of you. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. That is what it fills my heart. That is what always I wake up in the morning coming to you guys, trying to do my best for you so you can also do your best on the chart. So remember, we're a very nice community. I mean, I believe that we are the best community, or in fact, I know this is the best community I ever encountered. So you always are out there giving each other hands, pushing each other knowledge, also sharing the knowledge with me, sharing the love, spreading the love. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Remember, we are nothing without you guys. So you are the most important part of classes and from Chart Prime. So anyone else having problems with stream glitching? And intro plenty fast, but it could be still ready. No problems in here. All right. So log out, Dennis, or hang out and come back into the call. That is sometimes Discord servers. So yeah, try that. And thank you guys for that. But it's all good, no problems. Thanks for that, guys. All right. So we have, and guys, I would love to have your opinion here because this is looking very, very similar to the previous analysis, but inverted. Do you see there something? Demo, do you see something there? And by the way, anyone else? Just let me know. Yeah, what is it? Head and shoulders. Yes, we're seeing kind of like a head and shoulders, right? And exactly. Perfect. Head and deep. Love it, Cocaine the Snapper. I know you put an S there for the shoulders. Love it. Looks like a Wonder reactor. Look like Pound the reactor. Like wants to go back to the reactor. Is that what you meant, Aaron? Price action. All right, perfect. Yes, I do agree on that. All right, we are below the dynamic react. Sorry, we are below the zero line. All right, look at that. Again, the breakout retest, it always kind of seems to appear there, right? So it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and up we go. It's not about the breakout, it's about that very tiny retest, and up we go, all right? So we're going down, but look at this. This is what I meant yesterday on the speed of the reactor. Yesterday, I was saying that sometimes the reactor moves faster than the price action, all right? And this is exactly what we're seeing. Usually, with a movement, let me show you. With this movement, we see this movement here, right? Now, or even better, look at this. With this bigger movement, we have a smaller in proportion, all right? This one. But right now, this or right here, let me show you. We're having this other kind of movement, and I'm looking to get all the way down here. And also, as you can see, look at my alarms. Look at where are my alarms. So my alarms are there from a long time, all right? I mean, let's see where did I place those alarms. Well, not a long time, but at the beginning of the class, all right? So you can see that's still active. Let me double click it so we can see when did I place them. Do I see the, here we go, January 15th. So today in the morning, right? So this was an alert that I was placing on today's analysis. Well, the first thing that I'm looking at, it is the base of this possible head and shoulders. Let's draw that base that I could be seeing, or that neckline that could be happening right here, all right? So that one looks cool. I still don't know exactly, but I could be using something like my head and shoulder lines, all right? Which mostly will give me that same outcome. But let's just roll with what we got. So the first thing that I'm looking for is this area. Why? Because I do have a VPVR spike there. I don't have it turned on, but believe me, there's a VPVR. If you want to, add it on. I'm running out of space here, so I can add it. But what else do I have there? The neckline that I already showed you guys from the head and shoulders. And right there, after it, I have my dynamic reactor. And yes, it's true that I have a support right there in the middle. When I have one support line, doesn't mean that I could not be bouncing from there, right? I could be looking at two ways. First ways could be a brick wall that will stop the momentum that I can have on the price action, all right? So basically going through that first resistance or sort of first support, slowing it down for the dynamic reactor to finish that movement and then bouncing back up, all right? What is then the other possibility? The other possibility is that if I break through my neckline with somewhat a regular candle, I mean, not with a big candle, like some smaller candle, right? Something like that, or something along the lines, I could be bouncing off. It's not about the breakout, guys. What is it about? Exactly, bounce off support. Exactly, Aaron. It's about the retest. And then we could be going for that retest and then flipping back down, right? We have already seen the two possibilities if we break below the neckline, all right? Let's see how we fine-tune it. I was talking about the movement that we are having or that we are seeing right here, all right? I am expecting a movement to the dynamic reactor. Why? Because previous volatility is showing me that we could be reaching dynamic reactor in no time, right? So very fast, all right? So the other thing that I'm looking at is that I still have enough space between what it could be the bottom, all right? What it could be the bottom, all right? And what I am right now. Yes, it's true that I could be bouncing from here, just like it happened right here. But that's why I'm waiting for the break of the neckline as I keep going on my oscillator, all right? Any questions so far of that? Remember, for me to enter a long position, this is not financial advice. For me to enter or consider entering a long position will be at a flip of the ribbon, wherever that flip of the ribbon happens, all right? I don't care where it happens. I do look for most desirable zones, but I don't care actually when it happens. When I see the flip of the ribbon at support, either here, here, or here, I'll be willing to enter into a bounce long position, all right? Why? Because I am bullish, all right? I am above the dynamic reactor. I have a high prime score, and I have a low consolidation score, all right? So that's what I'm looking at OP. Take a look at where are my alerts right there. My first alert, let me escape here. Here we go, at 2.10, right? So I'm waiting for that breakout. In the next one, I'm waiting for the big support, 1.96, all right? So far, mostly so far, I already know that this alert right up here is not going to be playing out the way that I wanted to. Why? Because I don't see a reversal just yet, all right? If I would have seen a reversal or a flip of the ribbon right now playing out, as I go and hit that support, I then could be expecting a bounce for a continuation, all right? Or at least to breaking that upper trend line that I could be having there. Remember, those are my head and shoulder lines, all right? If you know what my head and shoulder lines, don't worry. Go to additional content. I posted here, and then go to what I have the reels. I believe it's called Tips and Tricks, OC's Tips and Tricks. And I explain how to use and draw head and shoulders lines there. So SMG, what's up, brother? Bring you. By the way, guys, if you have any other asset that you would like me to take a look at, please let me know. Remember that those could be any kind of assets. All right, it could be crypto. It could be perfect. Let's do that. Also, it could be metals, commodities. It could be forex. It could be any kind of stocks. All right, any kind of assets. So let's start. Let's go for uni. Meanwhile, SMG types. So you already know my base points. Any questions on OP? Let me know. AAPL, perfect. So let's do uni, AAPL, little fish, and then I take on Sol. Will that work for you? Just so we can mix it up. Let me know, little fish. If you agree, I'll do that. If not, I'll go uni, Sol, and then AAPL. Perfect. So let's do UNFI. All right. And it seems like we had it here. So let's click on it and see that, remember, I believe we built up this strategy either yesterday or 2 days ago, and we were looking at that range to happen. Remember, this is a hedging position so far, right? Yesterday, yes, perfect. Thank you for that, Mario. So I think Uni Alerts was just a tiny bit too high. Exactly, yes, it was. Remember what I said, and I don't know if Major Payne is around, but he's going to remember this very, very vividly. We were waiting for an OP entry, right? It was an important entry that we were looking for. And that entry was set to an alert. I did not enter because it did not reach my alert. And I was looking at other coins. And I believe the same thing happened to Major Payne. It was crazy. That's why I always try to set my alarms a little bit low and a little bit above, right? What is this telling me, all right, that I don't hit my alert? And you are correct. Look at that. Come on, right? I mean, let's just cry together a little bit here. All right, let me move that. Look at that. Look at that, right? I mean, yes, I know. And we were looking at a previous high in here. Remember that part of this ranging zone. Guys, how did we predict this range before it even started? Based on what? Wyckoff. There you go. And VPVR. I don't remember calling the VPVR on that analysis. I could be wrong. But yeah, I believe it was Wyckoff. Why? Because I do have this little box in here showing where is the previous ranging zone, all right? I do have my stop loss also adding that volatility based on that previous high. And I am also looking at the upranging zone, all right? So this is very alike on what we're looking at. What was it? Oh, come on. It is Link, right? So we have this upranging wedge or upranging zone, right? We still don't know because we have not yet had that flip of the wheel. Remember, we are waiting for that flip of the wheel to happen, all right? But it seems like we have to opt either a Wyckoff pattern, like basically going back down all the way down here, all right? Or an upranging zone by basically just accommodating for a trend line play, right? Remember, we have one downtrend trend line going down here, all right? We see a channel, and we wait for 1 or 2 hits to start then trading the next trend line, right? VPVR, Wyckoff possible at the 0 line. Perfect, Aaron. Thank you so much for that, Aaron. So, yep. So we are still in the game, all right? We have not yet lost anything, all right? So this is important, guys. Remember, 90% of the traders are losing the trade, or are losing in the markets, all right? What happens when you stop losing in the market, all right? You become a part of that exclusive 10% just by stop losing in the market, all right? So one part, and this might not sound like what you might like to hear, right? Because I know everybody, especially on YouTube, Twitter, or X, and TikTok, it's, pumping, all right? I mean, remember, we are not prophets. We are after profits. And shouting out Rigid Classics, the hammer. SMMHE. I'm going to be reading your comment in a bit, right? Let me just finish this idea. And then, all right, how do I take my trades, which is part of not lose, all right? I want to get in at crazy resistance for the short, all right, and crazy support for long. Not financial advice. But also, I design my strategy and set up the zone. That's why I do my alerts, all right? That's why I do my alerts. In this case, did not reach the alert. So sorry. I mean, if I was looking at it, because it did that flip of the ribbon happen right down there, I would have jumped in. But my alert did not play out. Do I really care about it? So let's see. Aldone, me support. Can we give Aldone a hand with Discord? Thank you. All right, we should be getting you some support there, Aldone. Stand by. No match to the next one. Exactly. We just let it go. There's too many things happening. We already, and I mean, I do advise you to go into the morning show on Piper Academy, and also smash that like on that video, right? On today's live show. Very funny. I just it took my medicines, right? And there's one medicine, one drug, right? That makes me a little bit dizzy or not focusing. I don't know which one is it. I don't know what. I would like to say that is the one that prevents fever. I will say it, but funny enough, I was mumbling. I could not repeat that name of MicroStrategy CEO, Michael Saylor, right? I mean, it was funny. But the important thing here, and by the way, go laugh at that. And then smash the like button on OP analysis, because I showed you the previous trade we took on OP. It was an amazing trade. All right, so we are up there. Remember, today we're going to be, usually on Fridays, we go over all of the trades that we've been taking. It's been a little slow, so we're going to move it to either Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be recollecting all of the trades that we've done and then updating our win rate. Hopefully, guys, you are taking notes on your win rate based on the class and also based on your own strategies and movements. All right, guys? So remember, we are here to always start improving, keep improving, all right? So that's a huge and beautiful way to do so. All right, so exactly, Aaron, we don't know about it. What we're going to be doing, well, moving our alert lower here, maybe even lower, right? And moving our alert here maybe higher. There we go. That is going to be it. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to be adding one right here, right down here. Why? Because remember, I have this lining here, all right? So I am expecting that if we crossing here and then I see the flip of the ribbon that I am still expecting here, all right? Well, then I know that that won't be a Wyckoff pattern. That will be a different pattern. And I will be jumping into a long somewhere around that area, all right? So far, so good. Let me know if we are clear on uni. So if for the no Wyckoff pattern, all right, if we don't, all right, for the Wyckoff pattern to play out, we need for this next movement to reach somewhere about this zone, all right? Somewhere around this channel here. That will be the Wyckoff pattern, all right? I'll consider that the Wyckoff pattern. If I see it bouncing higher, like from right it is right now, I believe that will not be a Wyckoff pattern, and I'll be looking for a higher high, all right? So that's what I'm looking for at that point. Perfect, all right. Remember, flip of the ribbon, brother. Flip of the ribbon. Let me go back in there and read MSG's hammer. Thank you, OC, for the help me yesterday. Anytime, brother. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. With the sound, everything worked great. Always great. That actually makes me so happy. And welcome, MS Hammer. I know you've been trying to jump into the classes. So, brother, welcome to the classes. Hopefully, you're having a ton of fun. I also know you're a seasoned trader. And based on the chat that we had yesterday, I would love to see your take and opinion on the analysis. So, do not be shy. Post them in the side channel here so we all can read them and also gain some knowledge from you, brother. The pre-market PM and after hour edge adjustments with the 1 hour. And I did also went and look at that asset you told me. Man, that was beautiful. Beautiful trade that you cut there. 2-minute candles provide helpfully and profitable. My settings for the day is complete different though penny stocks have, yeah, because you're talking about penny stocks, exactly, have different oscillator due to their volatility. Absolutely. We're talking about not too high volume stocks, right? So that's why they're penny stocks, and their volume oscillates very quickly and their volatility gets impacted very quickly. Nice. Improve 1% every day. Exactly. Look at that beautiful comment there as SMG. For AR chain, what's up? I have made yesterday this. It's okay for long BOS. All right, your BOS, breakout structure. Yes, but in the retest. All right, remember that how we take a look at, and I'm going to use again the example of Wyckoff, right? I'm predicting that Wyckoff is the most possible scenario. But until Wyckoff breaks out, I cannot call it a Wyckoff method pattern, all right? So I'm still speculating. Also, I don't stick with only Wyckoff. Remember that we have these two of the other Y, right? These other two lines in here, this one and this one. So we're taking plan B just in case this is not Wyckoff pattern. So my answer to you, brother, if we have a breakout structure, yes, most probably we're going to have a long position, a long opportunity open, all right? Just so you also know, I cannot tell you directly whether you should or should not be taking that long, all right? I mean, that's something I cannot do, but look at my face, right? I mean, if you see a breakup structure and not financial advice, and you see flip of the ribbon, right? You see that momentum, you see a change in the prime score, right? That could be a great opportunity. Use your stop loss. Use your stop loss, right? That is and I'm going to say it with quotation, I can still not give financial advice, but that could be some sort of financial advice, or the only financial advice that I will be willing to give if I ever give one, right? Which is use your stop loss. All right, for chain, did I answer your question? Please let me know. You got your setup there. All right, let's take a look at that one. Much better. Guys, if you have your setup and you wanted to look at your setup, send in the chart, give me a little description, and I will very gladly look at it and pull it up for everyone to see. All right. So let's open a new tab and let's put it in here so we all can see it. And thank you so much for chain. Love when you share it. In one way, again, brother, welcome. And thank you for always asking and being participant there. All right, so breakup structure. We have a trend resistance line. Perfect, going down. We look at that. Look, I cannot draw on top of this. I wish I could. Remember the range. Look at this beautiful range pattern that we have here, right? And then, if we do an imaginary line in the middle, look at the last thing that happened. We broke above that middle imaginary line, all right? Going back down, bouncing back into that imaginary center line, all right? Having, as you got it right there, FOR, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm going to be reading your notes there. So give me one sec. And then off we go with a breakout and beautiful movement there. Also, I want to point out that AR for chain was also looking at this other oscillator, which is the trend fusion oscillator. Very neat oscillator. And I believe he's looking both at the money flow right down there and also, he was looking at the money flow right down there with the trend going up. So I believe that was it. Let me know if I'm misunderstanding anything there, AR for chain, just in case I am reading something differently from what you read, all right? But let's take a look at what he has here. Number one, step one, a day-55 breakout structure. Perfect, BOS, yes. Remember that you can also have your BOS activated manually. Let's do that exercise here, all right? Let me clean this up so we can see things much better and also start turning things up here. So the breakup structure should be right here on Dynamics Pro, right? Market Dynamics Pro. So let's see if I have a cleaner one. All right, let's work on this bottom one. So I'm going to start turning things off so we have a clean thing here to work with, all right? So I think that's good enough. Let me click OK, and also let me turn on. And yeah, that's good enough, right? It looks clean enough to not be adding that much noise. All right, remember, you have here BOS and COC. Remember that it also could be COCHC, right? So breakup structure and change of character. Remember, you can add your tuning there depending on how big of a breakup structure and change of character you're looking for. This is up to you. What do I use? I never change it, all right? So let's click on this breakup structure. And let me show you guys that here we go. Break of structure right there. And then BOS again, all right? What happened here that we were ranging with a ranging pattern. That's why when I see a range, I try to trade it as a range until I start seeing that push up on the range or push down on the range that I was explaining to you guys and any other pattern, right? Especially ranges, all right? So we can see it perfect. All right, so higher high, we can see it, break of structure. And this is very much, almost exactly, I dare say, what AR for chain. Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is the same one. You're in Miria. Oh, look at how well this one is also playing, right? We're having the same downtrend lining here, all right? We are also having the same upwards trending there. We have the VPVR almost at the center lining here. Look at that breaking above, making that high, making that pressure. Look at that higher high break of structure. Here we go for the retest, and off we go. Beautiful. Shout out for AR for Chain for his amazing analysis on Miria. So yeah, beautiful. Brother, you're blowing my... Yeah, VPVR, that's another tool. It is not part of us. It is not part of our chart prime. The VPVR, it's a volume profile magnifier. We also have one volume profile magnifier, just in case you know. But that gets you the volume sideways and tells you where's the most volume at. Anytime, brother, anytime. No, thank you for sharing, brother. Thank you for sharing. So, beautiful. Again, kudos to AR for Chain. Dennis, is it... Yeah, VPV... Oh, no. Our VPVR, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so. Should be part... Let me see. It's called... Because we do have something that has volume profile. Here we go. Fibonacci levels with volume profile target. It is not the same as VPVR, but works somewhat the same, all right? We also have, let's do chart prime all together, right? RSI prime free. MACD normalized, very nice one. Risk reward optimizer, love it. Ribbon NN, I like it, but you know what? I tend not to use it that much. Although look at how is how I name my strategy here. Strategy on Ribbon NN, all right? Just so you know that I do like it, right? But I don't know why. There's something that my way of analyzing always kind of like a torch goes out of the way, right? So again, this is only an example that it's based on what happens to me, that if something maybe you end up not using on the indicators, feel free to remove it, right? I mean, you're not going to be missing out in something that your brain doesn't adapt to, all right? And then look for another indicator. And also, I mean, it could be chart prime or whatever other indicator that give you that confluence, all right? Remember, we are not in fight with any other indicators. That's why we show other indicators that do a great job in here. Like another one that I love on Bitcoin, it is, guys, can anybody remember what other one I love on Bitcoin? Let me know. If you remember, extra kudos. So let's go. So yeah, we also have another one, which is, I believe, inside of the Market Dynamics Pro here. And what is it? Fair value gap, order blocks. Liquidity on volume profile. Here we go. We have the volume profile here with money flow POC, right? The POC is the point of control. The point of control, it is this important line where most of the volume is. So is it free? No, but if you are in this class, so you had it for free. The one that I'm using, this one that I'm using, it comes with TradingView. It's a TradingView proprietary indicator. Jacob, oh yeah. Oh no, that's another one that I love. But yeah, brother, extra kudos because you also nailed that one. Yeah, let's see. I use a VWAP, MACD, EMAs. Oh, love EMAs also. I used to use 5,500 and 200 EMAs. I still use them, in fact, but in other kind of analysis. RSI and regular charts. Perfect. All right. So, as you can see here, this is the other chart that I use. All right, I do use my VPVR. I use the squeeze momentum. I use my ADX. I use the free indicator from RSI Prime, from Chart Prime, and I also use this other one. But the one that I was talking about, which is on my, I don't have it here in hand, which is exclusively for Bitcoin Daily. That is the hash ribbon. Do anybody recall the hash ribbon? Let me know. Yep, nice. Did you like it? Let me know. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine. Just let me know if you like it or not. More long term, yes, absolutely. More long term is daily, so we are using that one only for long term scenarios. Yes, personally, don't use it. Perfect, perfect. That's fine. SMG, what's up, brother? Use with it 200 SMA, 20 SMA. Love it, nice. Just learning a system. Love it, love it. All right, guys, we're almost out of time. I promised to look at other two ones, so let me see. All right, AAPL in Sol. All right, let's wrap it up with Sol. So AAPL, here we go, Apple. I do believe we have an Apple. Yeah, this is it. Here we go. Let's see. Do we have... Oh, it seems like we did not leave the drawings on. All right, we are bullish very easily. Why? Because we have a high prime score. We are above the dynamic reactor. We are above the zero lining here, and we are a green candle. All right. Remember, when we have one of those strong candles or one of those buy or sell candles, we do not enter on the candle itself. We enter on the retrace or on the pullback. The same thing goes for shorting or strong sell signals, right? We enter on pullbacks, right? That usually give you a way better chance to do a much higher and better trade, all right? Let's take a look at Apple here. So let's get started. We already know that we are bullish. So let's get started with a little more complex stuff, all right? Support resistance. We're hitting one resistance, which is to be expected because this is the previous high, all right? So it is to be expected that we have 240 and daily resistance right there, all right? I do see still momentum here. And let me show you what has happened the previous times that I have that kind of movement. Look at that, even having that little thing, right? So we go a little bit down and then we go for the next resistance in here, all right? So that's what I'm expecting. It seems like we are curving back down. You need to be very, very careful with this, with a bit of ribbon there, because I could be seeing either that bounce or better yet, way better yet, I would love to see it break through the bounce with a flip of the ribbon and then going for the next one, which is going to pump me up higher here, all right? That will be breaking the previous high, and then I will be expecting maybe a pullback. So for Apple, that is mostly it. Let me clean this up. No, let's just leave it for tomorrow, for tomorrow's analysis. And then I also want to see some predictive ranges, all right? So let's take a look at my predictive ranges. So breaking right now, all right, we broke the purple lining here, all right? Let me turn out the other one. So we broke the trend lining here. Sorry, the predictive range purple lining here, all right? That one make us to have already built up another channels. Remember, we're mostly looking to be bouncing, or the most desirable zone it is to be bouncing between the golden lines, all right? Look at where is my educated guess, all right, or my speculation to go to, right at the zone where that golden line is at, all right? So when I started hitting golden line either up there or even down here, which also adds to my swing failed pattern entry here, I could be looking at the flip of the ribbon. So any questions on Apple one way, let me know. Then let's move into Solana. Loving Solana. So not market cap. All right, let's not do market capitalization. All right, let's go all the way here. Perfect one, right? Thank you. Crazy week. Yes. Crazy week, to say the least, right? Yep. So this is one of the tools that I like. All right, and this is playing out nice. Let me double click on inside of this tool, guys, so you can see what I have. I have my channels. I have it in wrap, and my channels are small, all right? These are channels with liquidity breakouts. So MV goes for, hey, there you go, moderate volume. That was a great addition from the devs. You know, guys, I did not realize that we had new text holders there. So, oh my God, love it. That makes my job much more easy. There you go. So, all right, we have moderate volume. All right, so which will indicate me that we could be going for that maybe retrace. Look at that, rejecting of that purple line, going to what? What is the most important ranging zone, all right? So I'm not saying that we're going to go all the way down here, of course not. But the first thing I'm going to be looking at is going to be a bounce somewhere down around that zone or somewhere a little bit higher in here. Why? Because we might have enough momentum. Let's take a look at our momentum. Well, it seems like we are above the zero line. So yes, we could be having that extra momentum that we're waiting for. So remember, I'm looking for FOR just like it happened here. Remember, it did not went all the way down to the zero line, all right? But I will be looking, first of all, at the vertex or at the collision between my green and my red clouds in there, all right? So that's going to be the first point where I'm going to be looking or seeking for maybe a flip of the ribbon at support, going for a possible entry there. I'm going to set my alert because this one looks very, very nice. Let's put it up a little bit higher than expected, all right? Once the price action gets there, I'm going to be re-evaluating my trade and deciding whether I'm going to be entering or not there. All right, guys, so let's move into the standalone. Guys, thank you so much for being today here. Thank you so much for having me, the patience. I know I haven't been that cheerful and, like that focused maybe. And it's been a little hard 2 days for me, but I'm getting better. Thank you so much for always, guys, your good wishes and also your questions. I always try to be here for you guys. So hopefully you guys can improve, just like MSG Hammer mentioned, improve 1% every day. So without further ado, or without much to tell you guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.